Hey, Miss Opata.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
Is there anything that you would like our fourth graders to know about health as they're growing up?
Yes, drink lots of water. I think it's very important that we drink water because it's going to keep you healthy and it's going to make your skin look really good. Remember that.
Awesome. Do you drink a lot of water?
I try to.
Excellent. So what is one other healthy choice that you try to make each week?
I try to exercise often. It's really tough with my schedule, but I try to make sure I get to the gym at least 4 times a week.
Awesome. Did you exercise when you were younger?
Yep, I exercise my whole life, basically. Playing tennis and just, running, everything.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us.
No problem.
Hey, Mr. Waddy.
Hey, what's going on, class?
Thanks so much for joining us. What healthy choice do you try to make every week?
Something I really try and do is making sure I'm sleeping really, really well. A lot of times when I'm the most stressed, I have a really hard time sleeping, and so kind of going along with that is if I exercise every day, if I do something active, then I'm tired by the time I get to bed and I'm not laying awake. I'm not missing out on a lot of sleep. That way I wake up every day refreshed, ready to come to work.
That's awesome. Are these habits that you have practiced your whole life or kind of picked up as an adult?
Yeah, definitely picked them up as an adult, and I really wish I would have learned them earlier. When I was a kid, we didn't have cell phones and electronics the way that you all do, and I noticed that when I was in college and as I was an adult, I would lay in bed and just either have my phone out or my laptop out, and I would stay up until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then I'd wake up exhausted and wouldn't be ready. And so I wish I would have started this habit with turning all electronics off early, getting to sleep right away, and making sure I was active so I was tired when I went to bed.
Awesome. That's great advice. Do you have any other advice that you would like our fourth graders to think about just as they're growing up and planning for healthy lives?
Yeah, I think just, knowing what you're eating, kind of where it's coming from. I know that a lot of times our choices are limited in what we can eat, but, the more you can read up on how things are produced in the country, the more you can read up on how plants are grown and how vegetables are grown and just different ways to get a lot of different things into your diet, I think is awesome.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming in today.
No problem.
All right. Hey, Miss Lawrence.
Hey, Miss Roach.
Thanks for coming to talk to the fourth graders today.
Hey, fourth graders.
What healthy choice do you try to make each week?
So I really try hard to avoid eating anything that has added sugar. So that might be like if I'm drinking my coffee or tea, I don't add any sugar to it. I hardly ever eat any sweets, and I definitely don't eat candy or drink sodas. And I make that choice because everybody on my mom's side of my family, including my mom, has type 2 diabetes, which is a disease that can get pretty serious if you let it go out of control and can affect your entire body. And I want to make healthy food choices so that I don't get diabetes. And one choice you can make like that is by not eating too much sugar.
Awesome. Do you have any suggestions for our fourth graders about how they can live healthier lives?
Yeah, so I would say if you like eating sweet things, try your best to not eat candy, but instead switch it out for something like fruit, which is a much healthier snack. And I would also say exercise and play outside as much as you can.
Awesome. Thanks, Miss Lawrence.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. McGalley.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming to talk to the fourth graders about health.
Mm-hmm.
What type of healthy choices do you make in your life?
Mostly it's just I watch what I eat, but also I try to keep my body active. So for example, I would go around maybe 2 or 3 times a week, especially on weekends because I have time. Other than that, I just really try to eat healthy foods, and mostly the foods that either I make myself. I try to avoid as much as I can to eat out because sometimes the food outside may taste better, but it might not be healthy.
Excellent. Do you have any suggestions for our fourth graders just as they grow up and start to live healthy lives?
For my suggestion for fourth graders, first of all, is what you can do as a fourth grader. Obviously, sometimes with food, you don't have much choices. The food is prepared, you have to eat what is prepared. But what I think a fourth grader can do is to try to be active and do a lot of exercises. If you can have a few minutes to run, you can try to race with your friends, just that running a little bit, having to sweat, it really helps your body in terms of getting rid of toxins in your body, but also you strengthen your muscles and things like that.
Awesome. Were you active as a child?
I was very active as a child, not in terms of just exercising, but because when I was a child, we played outside all the time. So we would play the soccer, or we just race with each other. So just playing outside, we were constantly exercising. Not like, oh, I'm gonna exercise, run, but and that became like a habit as I grew up. I always needed, like, I feel, to exercise. When I run, for example, now, if I run, I feel really good. If I have a rough day at work and I run, I just feel calm, my whole body feels calm, and I just feel better.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming to talk to the fourth graders.
Thank you.
Hey guys. So we've been talking a lot about health, and I know that you're learning a lot about what's going on with our organs and that we're organisms and what really goes on to make sure that we're healthy with that. And there's a lot of things that we can do with that, but one of the things that I really like to do is I really like to start off my day with a fruit or vegetable. So I'm really fortunate that in my house I have an orange tree and a grapefruit tree, so I like to try to start off with one of those pieces of fruit every morning. And with that, something I think is really important is to know, like, where your food is coming from. So I was really lucky when I was growing up. I grew up on a huge farm, so most of the food that I ate actually came from the farm. All the meat and all the vegetables and all the fruit fed us for the whole year. So something that you can work on is to either maybe start your own garden in your neighborhood, or if you can have a little plant like a tomato plant, you can grow one tomato plant and get a ton of food from that one plant. And that's something that's really cool, since I know you've been learning about plants this year, and that will really help you with your healthy lifestyle as well.
Do you think that students could start a mini garden in their homes too?
Oh, definitely. Something, if you get a window box, so that's something that's pretty small, there's so many foods that can be pretty small. So we talked about tomatoes, but that can be kind of big. But there's other plants like strawberry plants. Those are smaller fruits that you could do, or cucumbers. Cucumbers are kind of cool because it creates this big vine, but the cucumbers are actually pretty small. So that's something that's cool that you can do, that you can grow right at home.
That's awesome. As the fourth graders are growing up, is there anything that you would like them to keep in mind about health?
Yeah, we normally think about health as like what we're eating or if we're exercising. But another part about health is being true to yourself. So making sure to spend some time just for yourself. So I know that as we get older, that school is really stressful, and when we're thinking about what we want to do when we're grown up, that's really stressful. But something I like to do is...
Jermaine Gooden and Marquise Parker, please report to the front office. Jermaine Gooden and Marquise Parker, please report to the front office.
So one of the things that I like to do to make sure that I'm staying healthy, not only in my body but also in my mind, is to take some time to read. So I love to read, so reading things that are not just school related but fun books or magazines or articles online, that's just something that helps me stay healthy.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you do if you're feeling stressed out or overwhelmed?
I love to run, or I talk to my family a lot. So when I'm really stressed out, my mom lives way up in Michigan, and so I love to call her, and she knows me better than pretty much anybody. So I can talk to her and tell her about things that I'm stressed about, and she always comes up with some really good solutions on how to help me through that stress.
That's awesome that you have somebody that you can talk to. I know that that's something that we've talked about in class too.
Tiana Jackson, please report to the front office. Tiana Jackson, please report to the front office.
All right. Thanks so much.
All right, great.
Okay.
Okay, now it's going. All right. Hey, Miss Crumbly.
Hey, Miss Roach.
Hey, what healthy choice do you try to make each week?
Well, I try to exercise at least 2 to 3 times a week. Exercise can mean just taking a walk outside in the park or around my house. Then I try to do some other workouts with Miss Dokabo.
Awesome. Are there any other healthy choices that you make in your life?
Yeah, so some of you, especially Alabama, have seen me. I drink a Diet Dr. Pepper every morning. I need that caffeine to wake up. But there was a time when I would drink more than just one a day. I would drink 3 to 4 a day. And so I've cut back on drinking so many. And now I substitute that for water. So I'll have 1 Diet Dr. Pepper and the rest I drink water.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for our 4th graders about how they can be healthier?
Yeah, I just would suggest try new foods. I know you may think that you don't like something, but give the lunchroom food a chance. It's actually pretty good.
Awesome. Thanks, Miss Crumbly.
Thank you.